What's up, Taiwan? Good evening, everyone. I'm Amanda.
Hello, I'm Raphael.
Raphael, please, as usual, remind our audience where we were on last time.
Yeah, for the last episode, we were talking about Zheng Cheng Gong, and then we ended in his death. And now, what we are going to talk about for this episode, Amanda?
Today, we will talk about his son and his grandson. So let's get our podcast for today.
Zheng Jing was disinterested in Taiwan. Most administrative tasks were done by Chen Yonghua, Zheng Cheng Gong's military counselor, and Zheng Jing's tutor. Historians call him Zhuge of Zheng household. He was the one suggesting that soldiers should plant crops. His feats were really meaningful for Han people, the first Confucius. Temple in Taiwan was built under his educational program. Confucius and Ru thoughts were very important in Chinese culture, resembling Catholicism and Christian of Western world. So someone called it Ru religion or Confucianism. You must have heard of Confucius. He is the representative for Chinese teachers, and 28th of September is Confucius Day, celebrating him and teachers in general. You might get the hints from these explanations. The Confucius Temple was a school in ancient Chinese society. He popularized education for citizens and asked indigenous children to enter school in exchange for their labor.
Zheng Jing had been living in Xiamen till he came under attack from the Qing dynasty in 1664, and then he retreated with his army to Taiwan. The Qing aped the Ming in continuing the forbidden overseas trading and forced people to move away from the seashore. The Qing was planning to cut the supply line of Zheng family by those policies. Yet, he had the advantage of overseas trading. He could support his own little kingdom by himself. He disregarded the threat from the Qing or the temptation. Both sides were watching each other across the strait. Does it sound like the situation right now? Zheng Jing was just like the KMT who moved to Taiwan because of being the loser in the civil war in China, with full thoughts of fighting back and reviving the old times on the mainland.
A civil war occurred in 1673, and one of the rebel leaders invited Zheng Jing to be their ally. He took this as a great opportunity to rebuild the Ming and say yes. However, the leaders, each with their own personal agenda, failed to cooperate well with each troop and were easily beaten off by the Qing. Zheng Jing died the next year, and the economical situation in Taiwan deteriorated because of being drawn into the war. The next emperor of the Zheng mini-kingdom was his second son, Zheng Keshuang. Merely 12 years old, the Qing was aware of this wobbly situation and sent Shi Lang to strike Taiwan, a former soldier in Zheng Cheng Gong's troop. Zheng Keshuang was placed under house arrest in Beijing, and thus 22 years governance of the Zheng household in Taiwan was officially over. Shi Lang got Taiwan, and then the Qing put her on the national map. Taiwan was a part of China for the very first time by the Qing dynasty.
Okay, so this is the main context for our podcast today. But before we are going to say goodbye with you, today I have a list, thank you list to announce in our show. The first one, Li Zhongyong, my classmate in NTU History Department, teaching history in a senior high school in Tainan now, helped us to check the historical events. The second one, Yang Jiteng, aka Raphael, my former co-worker and the co-host of What's Up Taiwan podcast, bringing us more smile for us. The third one, Toby Openshaw, a documentary filmmaker living in Taiwan for many years, helped us to revise the scripts. The last one, Pan Bao, she was my drummer's wife, drew the picture for our podcast. Thank you, all of you. I couldn't complete this episode without you. I'm really grateful for your help. Thanks again.
This is the end of the episode. If you like our show, please subscribe our podcast and leave your comments in the reviews. Now you can also listen to our show on SoundCloud and YouTube. And if you want to read our scripts, you can search for What's Up Taiwan on the website of WordPress. See you next time!